Hello and welcome back to Pacific Prana Yoga. I invite you to join me on your mat today for a present moment Vinyasa flow. Today we will be focusing on asanas and pranayama breathing techniques to ground ourselves in the present moment, which can be sometimes very difficult in this day and age. Welcome to my room. This setting is a little different from the last video, so please feel free to let me know which you prefer. And without further ado, roll out your mat and let's begin our practice. We are going to begin today's practice seated at the tops of our mats in easy pose, rolling the shoulders down and away from our ears, ensuring the spine is long. And we are going to begin with an alternate breathing pranayama technique called Nadi Shodhana. So begin by closing the right nostril with the thumb and placing the index finger and the middle finger on your forehead. Breathe in the left nostril for a 4 count. Close the left nostril with the right finger, briefly closed, and open the right nostril and breathe out on a 6 count. Breathe in the right nostril, 1, 2, 3, 4. Close the right nostril, open the left nostril, breathe out on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we're just going to repeat what we just did. So closing the right nostril with the thumb, breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the left nostril, open the right nostril, breathe out 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in the right nostril, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the right nostril, open the left nostril, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feel free to continue this breath at your own pace or come back to your normally paced breath. At this time, circle the arms up and allow your palms to touch above your head, and then planting the right hand down onto your right side and bending over towards your right side into a side stretch, allowing the rib cage to expand on the left side, breathing into the left side body. Now coming up to a straight spine and over to your left side, same thing. Plant the left hand on the ground and allowing your right side body to gather all of that fresh oxygen. Breathe here for a moment. Find your presence. And come right back up into a neutral spine. Bring your hands down to your heart center, and we're going to begin a seated cat-cow flow. So arching the spine, bringing the chin up to the sky, and tucking the chin in, concaving the spine. Chest and chin up towards the sky, tailbone out, and concave the back, chin to chest. Begin flowing at your own pace, whatever feels good for you in this moment. If you feel any thoughts pop into your head, allow them to gently move away. Imagine yourself purely grounded in this present moment, whatever or however that might look to you. Coming back to a neutral spine, we're going to plant our hands down on the ground and push our hips up into downward facing dog. Since this is our first downward dog of our sequence, feel free to pedal out your feet, bending one knee at a time just to get your body adjusted to this asana, because we are going to be coming back to it quite a few times. Really drawing your heart center down towards your mat, and eventually finding stillness in this posture. At this time, roll forward slowly into a high plank position. We are going to be transitioning between these two asanas. So pushing your hips back and up into downward facing dog. Imagine yourself moving like a wave. Notice how my head is the last thing to roll forward. Push up into downward facing dog and roll like a wave into high plank position. We're just going to repeat this a couple more times. Feel free to go at your own pace. Breathing in on plank and out on downward dog. At this time, slight bend in your knees, look forward and walk up to a standing forward fold. Hinging down from the hips. And carefully, slight bend in the knees, slowly roll up into a standing position, stacking each vertebrae on top of one another, swinging the arms up, connecting the hands in Anjali Mudra. At this time, we're going to go into eagle pose. So placing the right elbow under the left and intertwining the arms, connecting the palms as much as possible, and then doing the same thing with our legs. If you are unable to hook your ankle around, please feel free to use your top leg as a kickstand. And gently come out of this posture. We're just going to repeat it on the opposite side. So left arm under the right arm, intertwining our forearms, and then left leg over right leg, making sure our shoulders are down and our elbows are in as much of a right angle as possible. Hold here, find your breath, find stillness in this present moment. And gently come out of this posture. Now we are going to transition into a standing and folding flow. So sweeping the arms up, connecting the hands, and hinging forward from the hips into standing forward fold. Hold for a moment and slowly roll up into a standing position. We're going to repeat this flow a few times, so please feel free to find your own pace, whatever feels good for you in this moment. ensuring that we find a small bend in the knees when rolling up into our extended mountain. And now we are going to transition into our Surya Namaskar A, or our sun salutation. First, finding a moment just here in mountain pose, grounding in this presence in your breath, allowing yourself to be here right now. Sweeping the arms up, once again, extend in mountain and rolling down into standing forward fold. Flat back, halfway lift. Send the feet back into high plank position. Either knees, chest, chin, or shift forward, full chaturanga into cobra. Feel free to take a baby cobra here with the elbows slightly bent, or full cobra. And now, sending the hips up to the sky, downward facing dog. Slight bend in the knees, float or step to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, standing forward fold. And on your next inhale, roll up, extended mountain, connecting the hands just over the head and bringing them down to your heart center. Once again, sweeping the hands up and rolling down into a standing forward fold. Breathe here. Flat back, halfway lift. Place the hands down, send the feet back, high plank position. Shift forward, bend the elbows at a 90-degree angle, and push up into cobra. Pushing the hips up into downward facing dog. Remember to breathe. On your next inhale, slight bend in the knees, float or step to the top of your mat. Exhale, standing forward fold. And inhale, roll up into extended mountain, bringing the hands to your heart. Into our Surya Namaskar B. Exhale, standing forward fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift, making a right angle with your body. And exhale, step back into plank. Inhale, shift forward, chaturanga into cobra. Exhale, send the hips up into downward facing dog. At this time, shift your weight onto your left foot, sending the right foot up into three-legged dog. Bending the right knee, shifting forward, and planting the right foot in between our hands into a low lunge. You can place your left knee onto your mat, and on your next inhale, bring your body up, and exhale down. We're going to flow between coming up and down in this low lunge asana. Please feel free to find your own pace here. Inhale up, exhale, hinge forward. Inhale up, bringing the arms up, reaching for the sky, and exhale, placing the hands down. Make this flow as fluid as possible. Now at this time, sending the right foot back up to the sky in three-legged dog, and then placing that foot back down into regular downward dog. Slight bend in the knees, hop or step forward, standing forward fold, and carefully roll up extended mountain. We're going to repeat this on the opposite side. So inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, standing forward fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back into plank. Inhale, shift forward, bend the elbows, chaturanga into cobra. And exhale, send the hips back, downward facing dog. This time we are going to send our left leg up into the sky for our three-legged dog, and then bending that left leg, shifting forward and planting the left foot between our hands into our low lunge. We're going to repeat this flow. So on your inhale, sweep the arms up, and exhale, hinge forward. Inhale up, making sure that our shoulders are down and away from our ears, and exhale down. Again, find your own pace here and be as fluid as possible in this movement. At this time, send the left foot back up to the sky, three-legged dog, and placing it down into downward facing dog. Hold here for a moment. Find stillness. And on your next inhale, bend the knees, hop forward. Exhale, standing forward fold. Inhale, slowly roll up, stacking each vertebrae on top of the other. Extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart. On your next inhale, shift your weight onto your left foot, bringing your right foot onto your inner thigh or your inner calf. Just making sure that your foot is not putting any pressure on the inside of your knee. Find stillness in this tree pose. And slowly coming out of this position, hug that right knee into your chest and send it backward into Warrior 3. Creating as much of a straight line as possible from the crown of your head to your heel here. And step back, high crescent lunge, squaring the hips, sweeping the arms up, and shifting into our Warrior 2. So our back foot is perpendicular with our mat, and our front foot is parallel with our mat. Finding your gaze just over your front fingertips and shifting forward, connecting that left elbow to the right knee into our extended side angle. If you'd like to find a deeper stretch here, you can plant that front arm or that front hand just beside your front foot, holding here, and coming back up into Warrior 2 for a moment, and then shifting back into our reverse warrior, extending on that left side body. And then shifting forward back into our extended side angle. At this time, we are going to take a triangle pose, so you can scoot your feet a little bit closer together, extend both legs, shift your upper body forward, and then down, hinging from the hips into our triangle pose. Imagine yourself between two walls, so making your body as flat as possible here. And carefully shifting forward onto that front leg, half moon posture. If you fall out of it like I do here, don't worry about it. Just gracefully come back into this posture. Imagining energy coming out, bursting out of your fingertips and your toes in this posture. And shifting forward into our standing forward fold, however that is comfortable for you. Holding here for a moment. And with a slight bend in your knees, carefully roll up, meeting our hands together and bring them down to the heart center. We're going to repeat that on the other side. So this time, shifting your weight on to your right leg and bringing your left leg into your inner thigh or the bottom half of your leg. Finding your drishti here or your point of focus. Hold. And carefully hugging that left knee into the chest. And then extending it back into our warrior three. Hold, hold, hold. Just breathe. And then carefully step back and sweep the arms up into high crescent lunge. Again, we are going to pivot that back foot to be perpendicular with our mat in Warrior Two, finding your gaze just over your fingertips, tucking the tailbone under, and then connecting that front elbow with the front knee, extended side angle. And if you'd like this stretch to be deeper, again, you can plant that front hand onto your mat just beside your foot. And then carefully come up and shift back and reverse your warrior. Your gaze should be up to the sky if possible. And carefully shifting forward once again into our extended side angle. Really breathing into the rib cage here. Trying to find stillness if possible. Stillness in this present moment. Coming up and scooting our back leg a little bit closer to our front leg. For our triangle pose, shifting the top of our body forward and then hinging from the hip into full triangle. If you need a block here, please feel free to use one. Carefully shift forward, planting the hand just at the top of your mat into half moon. Your legs should be in a right angle if it is within your ability today. finding your drishti. Engage the core. Just breathe here for a few more breaths. And plant the other hand down, standing forward fold. Hold here for just a moment. And then with a slight bend in the knees, slowly stacking each vertebrae on top of the other, extended mountain. Hands to heart on your next exhale. And then releasing your hands down to your sides into regular mountain pose. Finding stillness here, just breathing in this moment. Allowing yourself to be fully present once again. You got through the most challenging part of class today, so you should feel proud of yourself. And at this moment, go ahead and just sit back and find boat pose. So making a tabletop with the bottom half of your legs, spine long, engage the core, hold here for a few breaths. And then roll back onto your back. And we're going to find our Supta Baddha Konasana. So connecting the soles of your feet together in a reclined butterfly position. And carefully placing the right hand on your heart center and the left hand on your belly. We're going to begin a 3-part breath. So breathing in to our belly, filling our belly with air, and then our rib cage, and then bringing more air, just a bit more air into your chest. Hold. Exhale from your chest, your rib cage, and your belly. Please repeat this as many times as you would like. This breath is great for your parasympathetic nervous system and will help you wind down from this invigorating practice today. Feel free to stay in Supta Baddha Konasana or extend your limbs out into our final posture today, Shavasana. Identify all of the parts of your back body that are making contact with your mat and the floor around you. Allow yourself to sink deeper into these points of contact. Envision yourself sinking into the earth with each breath. Inhale positive energy and exhale, sink deeper into the earth. Visualize yourself as being one with your mat, with the earth below you. Whenever you're ready, roll onto your right side into a fetal position. And carefully come up into a seated position, similar to how we began our practice today. You should feel very proud of yourself. This was a bit of a challenging flow today, but you made it through and hopefully successfully found interconnection between your mind, body, and spirit with vitality. On your next inhale, sweep the arms up, connecting the hands and bringing it down to your heart center. Namaste. Thank you for joining me here on the mat today. I hope you enjoyed this flow. If you did, please interact with this video, and I will see you next time.